Here.
Dennis Miller,
Here.
Angela Woodward.
Here.
Dan Lawson.
Here.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, good evening and welcome everyone to the May 21st meeting of the Ashland City Council. To our viewers at home, thank you for joining us. Members of our audience, you're always welcome. Thank you for being here. Members of council, Mayor Miller, welcome. First item on the agenda this evening will be the approval of the minutes from the May 7th meeting. If there are no additions, deletions, or corrections to those minutes, I'll ask for a motion to approve as submitted.
Move for approval.
Second.
Thank you.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Minutes will stand approved. First ordinance this evening will be an ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into annual contracts on an ongoing basis on behalf of the City of Ashland, Ohio, Division of Transit for transit service for various agencies and entities within the Ashland Transit Area Service and declaring an emergency.
Move for non-reading in full. Second.
Thank you.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
As you know, the Ashland Public Transit enters into contracts each year with a variety of different agencies to provide rides for their clients for various purposes. JFS, Ashland County Department of Job and Family Services, is probably the largest contractor. And then, of course, this year, I think you probably all learned, if you didn't already know, that the Ashland County Community Academy is one of those contracts. They take students back and forth to the school from other county school districts. Crestview has a contract, and there are others. Well, this ordinance basically is you giving the city permission to enter into those contracts once again. Incidentally, according to our transit coordinator, Liz McClurg, we get about $100,000, $110,000 each year from these contracts. So that does help us with our local share, so it is a benefit not only to the clients, but certainly to the city when we are coming up with the nearly $1 million budget for transit, 900+ thousand.
Are these annual, this annual?
Yes.
Okay.
So, we would just ask that you continue to allow us to contract with these agencies.
Any discussion?
Absolutely.
Angela?
No.
Okay. With that, then, is there a motion to approve on the first reading?
Move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
I'll move to suspend the rules for 3 separate readings, 3 separate days.
Second.
Thank you.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye. Motion to approve the ordinance?
Move
So
to approve.
moved. Second.
Thank you.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Ordinance 32-24.
Going to move down to item D on the agenda because we have a public hearing at 7:10 regarding the first 2 items listed. Item D will be an ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor, director of public service, to enter into a contract for professional services for the 2024 Water and Sanitary Sewer Capacity Study Project in the city of Ashland, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
Move for non-reading in full. Second.
Thank you.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
As you know, we are busy working with 3 different developers on several different types of housing developments. Some single-family homes, some condos, like out on Smith Road and Baney, and then others would be townhouses and maybe some apartments. Well, those are all around the city. We have some on the southwest side, we have some on the west side, and we'll even probably have more here soon downtown. Well, before that all comes online, we want to take an inventory to figure out if there are any modifications or major changes that we need to make with our water and sewer infrastructure. After all, that's adding a lot of additional housing units and a lot of extra flow during rain events and when we have dry days. So with that in mind, we are asking you to authorize us to enter into a contract to conduct a flow study that would include both water lines and sanitary sewer lines and sewer lines. And basically what the company would do is put 20 different flow meters in different manholes all around the areas that we're interested in finding out whether we can accommodate the growth. And we know that there could be issues in some places because we know over the years, we might have had a 15-inch pipe and then it's flowing into a 10-inch pipe. So those would be places that if we're adding another 500 homes, chances are we're going to have to upsize that utility or that pipe that's underground. So that is what our hope is that this study will show us where those problem areas might be and where we need to make improvements before all those housing developments do come online.
Any discussion?
So this will be completed by the end of the year?
Absolutely. We're hoping that it'll be completed within 3 months because the developers, in some instances, are waiting on it. But it will largely be impacted by whether or not we get rain events. Because we need to have a few major rain events while those flow meters are in operation so we can determine whether or not, what the capacity is of those lines.
This is a citywide study.
No, it'll be primarily, like I said, probably on the southwestern side by Mifflin Avenue and 42. On the western side, Bainey Road, Smith Road area. And then there's another path, but it's still on the southwest side, maybe King Road
Okay.
coming in. Because basically what we're trying to figure out is if we add 500 homes in the Mifflin Avenue area, what is the best route
I
to
follow.
send the water back to the treatment plant? So, and of course, among other things, but that's a major
Sure.
reason why we're doing it.
Where's the consultant company located?
Um,
Doesn't say.
I don't know where their corporate office is. I would have to look.
That's all right.
Is it Cleveland?
Okay.
Now, incidentally, and it is not directly related, but to tell you the impact of these studies, if you recall, I believe a year and a half or 2 years ago, the council authorized us to do a similar study out on the US 250 corridor because of the growth happening there. And at that time, it was determined that we needed to upgrade a line. And as fate would have it, the timing is perfect. We were just alerted to the fact that we will get a $550,000 grant to upsize the line out there. And that's the next item on your agenda. So that is a total coincidence, but that's how we came to this point to ask you to approve that, or to approve that improvement out on 250 was as a result of one of these studies we did 2 years ago on another side of town. So they are helpful.
And that was going to be my question, if this study proves need, is there state money available to help like this, like the other one?
We hope so.
Yeah.
We would hope so. No guarantees, but we will always hope that that's the case.
Good question, Dan.
But if you're looking at this from the developer's perspective, this is critical to determining whether to move forward. Because if we come back and say, oh, we've got $14 million worth of upgrades we have to make and we can't do it for several years, that could certainly impact whether those projects move forward at all. So we want to get this done as soon as possible.
All right. If there's no further discussion, I'll ask for a motion to approve on the first reading.
So moved. Second.
Thank you.
Woodward,
Aye.
Lawson,
Aye.
Workman,
Aye.
Kyle,
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
I'll move to suspend the rules for 3 separate readings, 3 separate days.
Second.
Thank you.
Lawson,
Aye.
Workman,
Aye.
Kyle,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Motion to approve the ordinance.
So moved. Second.
Thank you.
Workman,
Aye.
Kyle,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Woodward,
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Ordinance 33-24.
Not quite 7:10, we'll move to item E. This will be an ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor, director of public service, to advertise for bids and to enter into a contract for the US 250 sanitary sewer improvement project in the city of Ashland, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
Move for non-reading in full. Second.
Thank you.
Woodward,
Aye.
Lawson,
Aye.
Workman,
Aye.
Kyle,
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
I explained the beginning of this particular project. We did a flow study. We determined we had a need to upsize a line from 12-inch to 15 inches. And we were just notified by the Ohio Department of Development's Water and Wastewater Infrastructure Grant Program that they will cover the cost of the upgrade from Commerce Parkway to the Charles River Lift Station. So they will basically upsize that 12-inch line to 15 inches and at a cost of $550,000, not to the city.
Wow.
So the state grant will cover it. So This one would be one I'd encourage you to vote yes on.
Does 12 to 15 account for more in
Absolutely,
capacity?
absolutely.
Yeah, okay. I'm sure it did, but if we gotta put 18 in, now's the time to do it.
Yeah.
All right. If there's no further discussion, I'll ask for a motion to approve on the first reading.
Move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Again, I'll move to suspend the rules for 3 separate readings, 3 separate days.
Second.
Thank you.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Motion to approve the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
Ordinance 34-24.
All right. It is now 7:11. We can conduct our public hearing items. First public hearing we have is for portions of the center. This is in regard to alley vacations. First one is portions of center, covert, and commercial, as well as an unnamed alley. The second one is for a vacation, alley vacation on West 12th Street. So with that, we'll open up the hearing, and Mayor, I'll hand it over to you.
We'll take a moment and put the map up here on the screen. The first one is in what will soon be known as the Pump House District. So we'll take a moment and see if we can get that up here. Just to give you an explanation before we open it up for community input, this is in the vicinity of the Pump House District. Let me take a look here myself to see where we're at. There's the laundromat. So 4th Street is up here. Up at the top would be 4th Street, and then Orange Street would be running right over here. And here's the existing laundromat that is located on 4th Street. As we prepare for the development of the Pump House District, we need to vacate a number of these alleys. The city owns most of the property in this area, but what we are asking is the council consider vacating the portion of the alley that runs behind what is known as the old thrift shop to 4th Street. Of course, that area will be the site of a building, and as you know, we have already acquired these properties in preparation for the development. Over here, Center Street, the section that borders our city-owned property, we're asking to vacate it all the way to the end of our property so that we would be able to still allow for access to the laundromat off 4th Street. And then finally, you wouldn't even probably realize, but there is an alley that runs through this area. It would appear as though it's part of what was Ashland Monument's parking lot, but there is an alley on the books in that area. And then the only area, based on my conversations with all the property owners, the only area that I thought we might hear from someone would be the church here on 3rd Street, but I did talk to them, and I think they're fine with it as well now, because we are going to only ask to vacate the section that, again, borders a city-owned lot. So they will still be able to easily move into their parking lot and then go out the alley behind the church. So that is the purpose of this hearing.
And this is all to help facilitate the development.
Absolutely.
Any other discussion?
You had mentioned earlier the need to bury some of the utility lines and things in this area. So by vacating these alleys, we're not impacting that ability to have access and bury those lines, are we?
Not at all. We will have easements where we need easements, and then for the section of water line that's shown in the blue line over here on the easternmost alley, westernmost alley, you see the blue line, that is a water line. We will be able to actually cap that off partway across the property because we'll only be servicing one customer. So that is really the only piece of infrastructure that we're concerned about. So Vision Development, of course, is hoping to install several buildings on all of that land that is impacted by these alleys.
And again, this is to have a straight way so that people can walk from the new
Absolutely.
development down to downtown.
That's the ultimate goal, absolutely.
Wonderful.
So,
So if anyone's wondering, we're on item C on the agenda. If there's no further discussion, I'll ask for a motion to approve on the first reading.
And actually, tonight, I don't believe there's anyone
Well,
here
let's
to
close
talk
the
about
hearing
this.
first.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Forgive me. We need to conduct our hearing, complete our hearing first. So with that, Mayor, if you were finished,
Then we'll,
I'll open it up to public comment if anyone has any questions or concerns regarding the alley vacations. Be happy to address them now.
all right.
All right. And that goes for the one on 12th Street as well.
Why don't we first, if you're willing to allow me, what we'll do is approach them one at a time, because now we can convene the Board of Revision of Assessments.
Right.
All right?
So we'll close our hearing and turn it over to you, Mayor, for the Board of Revisions.
All right.
If they're willing.
According to our laws here in the city, the first step after a public hearing has been held is for the Board of Revision of Assessments to determine whether or not they support the closure or the vacation of the alley. The Board of Revision of Assessments includes the Finance Director, Larry Paxton, the Law Director, Rick Wolf or Andrew Bush, and myself as mayor. So I will call our meeting to order, I believe, if that's what you want to call it, and ask if there is a motion to vacate the alleys that we just covered.
Mayor, I would move that the Board of Revision recommend to this council that the alleys mentioned in this ordinance be vacated.
All right, do we have a second?
I second that motion.
All right, any further discussion? If not, then we'll take a vote. All in favor of vacating the alleys that we've just mentioned signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. So now, the Board of Revision of Assessments is recommending to the city council to vacate these alleys. And you have the appropriate legislation there in front of you.
All right. So with that, we'll close our public hearing, seeing as there is no further discussion or no one here who wants to take issue with the matter. With our hearing closed, then we'll move to the 12th Street. And Mayor, again, I'll turn it over to you for Board of Revision summary and vote.
Very good, thank you. We'll switch maps here. All right, this is on 12th Street, 12th Street West, right over here's Cottage Street. And basically, the property owner who lives under this roof is asking that we vacate this alley. One of the questions that you have to ask every time we do this is, does it serve a public purpose? And clearly, that alley does not serve a public purpose. It dead ends in people's back lawns, and so there's no one using that as a thoroughfare or anything even near that. Instead, it's basically the entrance into her garage. It's her driveway. And so she has requested that the council vacate this alley, and I will admit, you can certainly tell a little bit about the scenario by just taking a look at this map we have in front of us, but if you've driven out there to see it, it is very obvious that it is the driveway to her garage. It is not serving a public purpose. So
Very good.
if anyone in the audience wants to comment on it, we'd be glad to hear.
All right.
So she's willing to give up half of her driveway in this vacating?
We did explain that the property would be divided between the two property owners, but she still wants us to go through with it. Now, we do believe that in the city charter, it would be required that she still have access to her garage even after the vacation.
So would that be like an easement type of situation?
When an alley gets vacated,
Okay,
the owner on one side gets half, the owner on the other side gets half, but you retain an easement in the half you don't get for ingress and egress.
Okay.
So even though it's not hers, she'll still get to use it.
great. Just one more question. So who's responsible to take care of it?
It would be hers,
Because she has the
and
easement?
it's her driveway.
Well, I know
Yeah,
that.
yes,
I mean, I know that, but,
yes, but that's a good question. It is a good question,
okay.
yes.
All right.
All right. And if you want to,
And I think we might have someone to speak to it.
I just have a question. This
And
is
maybe she
Helen
should
property.
come.
That's a
Maybe she should go to the next.
oh, certainly.
Do you wanna go to the next
We've been taking
we've been taking care of it for 3 years, even though part of it's the city's.
We can certainly take a look at that, absolutely.
Thank you.
Because if it is on the city property, then we'll take a look at the condition of the tree and so on, yes.
Yeah, because our neighbor had sold their house, and when they surveyed it, their property line was right behind the tree, so then the center of the tree was like in the alleyway itself.
Okay,
So
Very good.
for the benefit of the minutes, the tree is in the center of the,
It's
Alley
right on the
currently.
side, but it is in the property line
Sure.
of the city's alley.
and you've been maintaining it, but it's basically the city's tree.
Yes.
And you'd like us to take a look at either taking it down or,
Take it down or trim it down, or trim it, I'm not, I don't really care, but,
all right,
we do have 2 little kids at home, and their limbs just fall out of it all the time, you know, and it's so close to hitting our house, or, our vehicles, or if our kids are outside, then
sure,
there's actually one hanging down right now that's waiting to fall, so.
yeah.
we'll take a look at it.
Cause if not, then we'll take care of it after it's vacated, but, cause I've contacted the department a couple times, but nothing was done yet.
As long as it is on the city property, I'm sure we're willing to take responsibility.
Seems
If
like
it
a-
isn't, that might be why you haven't heard back, but we'll see. All right.
So are you asking us not to vacate the alley until the city takes care of that issue?
I wouldn't. I mean, I don't think that should hold it up.
So we can still, so if we vacate it tonight, it's hers, so then does the city have to gain permission to go onto their property to take the tree down?
Does it go into effect immediately?
Once the paperwork's done.
Yeah, I mean, it's an emergency ordinance, so
I mean, we could always wait.
Well, I have faith in your integrity, so I think we would take care of it. Yes.
Are you okay with that?
Mayor's a man of his word.
I mean, yeah.
We're on record.
Yeah, I was gonna say. And your request seems reasonable.
Just want to keep everything illegal
I
now, you know?
understand, I understand.
We don't want to trespass on their property now.
Please
They're
keep in
taking the tree down.
mind that once you vacate it, it becomes their liability.
Right,
So if their
That's-
tree falls on somebody or falls on somebody's property, once that is recorded, if I'm correct, it's their responsibility.
technically.
I mean, we could do what we
Trees
wanna
all
do,
across our
but-
city are like that, so,
Am I correct?
yeah.
Yes,
For
this
the
is
most
a
part,
question for council.
Well, I hit it 80%, huh?
And
I think we're making something out of nothing. I will tell you, our crews have been out there to see the tree. I'm
they have?
sorry that I cannot verify right now that it is on the public property. I did know the answer to that, and now I don't want to misstate it. But I will tell you, if it is on our property, we will deal with that tree.
okay,
Very good.
okay.
Yeah.
Plenty of witnesses
Yes, absolutely.
I didn't see anything.
Yes.
Police officer.
and a police officer. So, I think we're good.
So, you want to vote?
Oh, yes, so is the hearing over?
Yes, this, we'll close the hearing, that being said then.
All right.
All right.
Thank you for coming in. It's helpful. All right, so now we have to follow the same procedure we did with the last item, and that is convene the meeting of the Board of Revision of Assessments. And I will entertain a motion, if you'd like to make one, to vacate the alley we just discussed, located at 130 West 12th Street.
Mayor, I would like to make a motion that the city vacate this alley. I see of no purpose that the city would ever need it in the future. It dead ends at this property. And so I would make a motion that we recommend to this council that this alley be vacated, please.
second that motion.
All right, any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. So the council
All right, very good.
recommending vacate 130 West 12th Street.
So with that, then, we'll just go back to item B, and, which would be 130 West 12th, and ask for a motion to vacate this alley on the first reading.
Move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Steve, you have to do non-reading.
Forgive me, yes. We gotta let Dennis do his thing. So with that, let me read item B, which is an ordinance to vacate certain alleys situated in the city of Ashland, Ohio, and declare it an emergency.
Move for non-reading in full.
Thank you, sir. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Again, I'll move to suspend the rules for three separate readings, three separate
Steve?
days. Oh,
You need to pass.
Oh,
on
first reading, forgive me. Is there a motion to approve on the first reading?
So moved.
Thank you, Dennis.
Second.
Mr. Kyle?
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye. And again, move to suspend the rules for three separate readings, three separate days.
Second.
Thank you.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Motion to approve the ordinance?
So moved.
So mo-
Second.
Thank you.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Ordinance 35-24.
A lot of moving parts.
There are a lot
We'll
of
get there.
Yep.
No, that's,
So with that, we'll move to item C, which is an ordinance to vacate certain alleys situated in the city of Ashland, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
Move for non-reading in full. Second.
Thank you.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
okay. And
You already?
I think we just did
Yes,
that, right?
right.
Yeah.
So with that, is there a motion to approve on the first reading?
So moved.
And a
Second.
Thank you.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Again, I'll move to suspend the rules for three separate readings, three separate days.
Second.
Thank you.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Motion to approve the ordinance?
So
Move to
moved.
approve. Let
Second.
him have it.
Thank you.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Ordinance 36-24.
I am glad you guys are the ones that vote, because by the time you just called that, I'm thinking, did you vote for it, or did you not
Yes.
vote for it? All right, but they're covered now.
All right then, moving down to resolutions. We have a resolution declaring council's intention to vacate a certain alley located in the city of Ashland, Ohio. This will be for Pleasant Street and Carroll.
Move for non-reading in full.
Second.
Thank you.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
All right, we'll put this map up. This map is very interesting. So, this is coming to us today from our own city engineer's office. And just to explain the process, because I know we have some visitors in the audience, the first step when we are starting down the path to vacate an alley that's not being used by the public is to pass a resolution declaring that we intend to start the process. That's what the council is considering tonight with this resolution. It would be at the date of the public hearing when property owners in the area then would speak up and share any concerns or questions you had about the property or about the vacation. So this is over in the old Pleasant School community, Pleasant Street School community. And you can see right here, all of this area within the red is on our maps as an alley. However, you probably notice there's buildings on it. There's all sorts of things on that alley. It is not serving any public purpose whatsoever. There's no thoroughfare or anything else. Traffic is not going to be driving through the buildings. So we think it's time to start the process of cleaning it up. Now, this could be an adventure because when we talk about splitting property like we would normally on a vacant alley, this one might get a little bit more interesting. But that's why we have a very knowledgeable attorney and law director on our staff to help us figure that out. But tonight, we're asking you to take action on the first step, which is passing a resolution and setting a public hearing to start the discussion on possibly vacating this unused public alley.
All right.
I assume those property owners are maintaining it currently, mowing the grass and.
Yes.
I see fences on it
Yes,
and things like that, so.
yes.
Well, one of them built a house on it.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
right.
Yes.
Why not?
So like I say, it's very clear that it's no longer serving a public use. So it would be appropriate to vacate it, but where everything lands in the end, we'll have to have more of a conversation.
Okay.
Where there's a void, people will fill it,
Yes.
apparently. Yes,
Absolutely. We
yes.
see that.
Any further discussion?
Yeah. That is it.
Motion to approve on the first reading.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
I'll move to suspend the rules for 3 separate readings, 3 separate days.
Second.
Thank you.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye. Motion to approve the ordinance?
Mr.
Move to
Workman,
The
approve.
resolution?
we should fix a date for these
Oh, I'm
before
sorry.
before the final vote.
And I'm proposing July 2nd. If that works for everyone, any issues? Hearing none?
So July 2nd would be the
We'll set
public
the
hearing if
hearing
you're
date
here
for
in
July
regard to
2nd.
this issue.
You wanna
Yeah.
do 7:15 or
7:10?
7:10?
Yeah. Thank you, Andrew.
PM.
So with that, is there a motion to approve the ordinance?
So
Move to approve.
Second.
Thank you.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Resolution 6-24.
Then we have a resolution declaring council's intention to vacate a certain alley located in the city of Ashland, Ohio. And this will be for the Aka and Akata Alley. Right?
It's misprinted, but
Oh,
it's close.
Forgive me.
Yep, no, you read what's before you. You read what's before you,
All
but
right.
used the wrong acronym.
Oh, okay.
Move for non-reading in full.
Thank you. Mr. Miller, for a second.
Second.
Thank you.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
And I want to say too, in regard to that last one, even though it is a unique situation, we don't often have that many structures actually built on an alley. That does not mean it's going to be complicated once we work with all the property owners. So everyone may have no problem with doing what needs to be done to keep their structures in place. But this one is pretty easy, quite candidly. To be quite candid, it isn't ACA, it's the Ashland County Community Foundation. And if you take a look, down here is College Avenue, here's the Community Foundation, here is Acada. So there were one letter off on that acronym, but there's Acada, and there is an alley that goes between the two. In this case, both of the parties are in agreement with the vacation, and it will allow our community foundation to expand in the future. So this one shouldn't be quite as complex. The community foundation is asking that we consider vacating this alley, and as I mentioned, there's the two property owners, and they are in agreement with the vacation. So tonight, we ask you to establish a public hearing date to discuss this particular alley vacation.
Any discussion?
You
Hearing
know how
none.
wide that alley is? I'm just curious.
12 feet, it
12
says.
feet.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I see Mr. Cutright is here.
Yep.
Mr. Cutright, did you want to offer anything?
Very
Okay,
good.
Very good. All right.
Wonderful.
Thank you for being here. Truly.
We always like it when all the parties agree.
That makes it much easier.
Makes it
Yes, it
easier.
does.
So hearing no further discussion,
How about July 2nd?
July 2nd is our date.
7:15.
7:10?
We got another one scheduled there.
That's all right.
7:10.
And with that then, is there a motion to approve the resolution on the first reading?
Move to approve.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Lawson.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye. I again will move to suspend the rules for 3 separate readings, 3 separate days.
Second.
Thank you.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Motion to approve the resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Resolution 7-24.
All right. That brings us to old business and new business, which we have none of either unless council has something to bring forward. Hearing none, we'll move right to finance director's report.
Really have no report this evening, thank you.
Very good, Larry, thank you. And with that, then, we'll move to council comments. I'd like to lead off if I could. We have Monday is Memorial Day, and we have the Memorial Day Parade. And Memorial Day honors all military members who have died while serving our great country. And I'd like to encourage everyone to come out for the Memorial Day Parade. It ends up at the cemetery for a ceremony there, and it's quite moving if you've never been. I, again, want to encourage everyone to come out and join us for that. So with that, Mr. Kyle?
I don't have anything.
Okay. Mr. Miller?
Kind of went unnoticed last week, but it was Law Officer Appreciation Week. And we have a wonderful police department. We have a great fire department, we have a good sheriff. And, you know, they put their lives on the line every day. And we really appreciate all they do and the sacrifices they make. And I just want that to go on our record, that we are always appreciative of all that they do for us. So thank you, and we have one of our finest here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate it. The other thing is, speaking of law enforcement, I see a lot more cars out ticketing people for speeding, so watch your speed, especially gonna be important. Summer's coming, a lot of kids out in the street. So, you know, nothing is as important that you have to get to when it would risk somebody's life. So please slow down, put your cell phone devices away when you're driving, because that's a hefty fine now, so just please be careful.
Angel?
So I noticed today on my way back from the fairgrounds that the highway patrol is sitting on Claremont. So I would assume that they're still looking for people using their cell phones. And like he said, the tickets are, I think it was what, 150?
150 plus
150 first offense, I
Plus 2
believe.
points on your license.
Plus 2 points on your license, is that correct? So, again, stay off your phone while you're driving. And I would also like to say, I love seeing the galley full here. So I love seeing people come and learning about city government and giving their comments. And so I appreciate everybody being here this evening.
Mr. Lawson?
I would, maybe this is unusual, but I would like to recognize a certain reporter in our audience that I felt he did a very good job covering an article about the vape stores that are coming into town. I appreciate the quality of his journalism, and that is a legitimate concern, and we invite people's, to express their comments about us, about the vape stores and things like that. So I appreciate your article.
Certainly. Very good. Well, with that, Mayor, I'll hand it over to you.
This is Memorial Day weekend coming up, and this is when, of course, a lot of our services, especially in the park system, will kick off. This year, once again, Don and Jean Myers have offered to cover the cost of anyone who wants to play mini golf at the Brookside Mini Golf Course located next to the main softball diamond and near the tennis courts. So that will be happening all weekend long. Also, the pool is going to be up and running here Saturday. And, of course, as you know, over the last couple of years, we've made a number of improvements so that the pool does get more use, and it already has hundreds of people every day, as long as the weather's cooperating. But this year, the water, you'll be pleased to know, is almost 80 degrees. So for all the little bodies who turned blue when it was 60 degrees for year after year after year after year, it is finally comfortable. So we are very happy with that, and I think some of our seniors are also happy with that as well when they do their swim. We also have brand-new slides. You've probably seen some of the pictures or seen the slides because they're brightly colored out there, so that's good news. New roofs on the picnic pavilions. We have renovated restrooms at the Myers Band Shell, because obviously that venue gets a lot of public attention. We also have installed, or are in the process of finalizing, a new parking area over by the Myers Band Shell that will hopefully help accommodate the large crowds for the summer concert series. Now, I say all that, but I also want you to know you'll have to take a different route there most likely this year, because right after Memorial Day, we will see West Main Street here next to Broad close for probably the rest of the summer. And it is for the bridge replacement that's going to happen between Broad Street and the Ashland Cemetery. Now, I will also, while speaking of the cemetery, we often these days, usually during this particular holiday, get calls from folks around the community with concerns about how the cemetery is maintained or who maintains it. If you don't know, the City of Ashland Cemetery is actually privately owned and operated. So the city council or myself, we really are not involved in the operation of it or the maintenance of the cemetery. It is governed by its own board, and they do have a manager, and his name is Tom Rupel. So if you want to stop out and see him or have concerns, feel free to talk to him, because he seems to be fairly responsive when people will stop and have concerns or questions that they need answered regarding the cemetery. And then finally, I just want you to know that, and this one isn't quite as exciting, but at the end of last year, we started a conversation notifying everyone that at that time, we were saying we didn't know when, but we were going to have to implement an increase in our sanitation rates. And the reason is plain and simple. The cost that we are being charged to get rid of all the waste that our trash crews pick up is going up substantially. And it has, the last 3 years, I believe? And we are trying to put off as much as we can, increasing it, but we have to at some point, because the truth is, we have to cover all the costs of our operation and maintain the trucks and maintain, quite honestly, the people to provide the service. And we've got a great crew. That's probably one of the hardest working group of Ashland City employees there are. They work fast, and they certainly are responsive to people's needs. Even when they can't always get their own trash to the corner, we're often there to help in sub-zero temperatures and the hottest days of the year. So that comes at a cost. And I don't have the particular rate to give you tonight, but believe me, we will do our best to keep it as low as possible, but that will be coming here probably before the year end. In fact, it may be here within the next 2 months, so that we can start collecting here to make sure that all the accounts are in good standing by the time the year end rolls around. So I know that's not an exciting one, but it's the realistic world that we live in, that we have to do that. So, and I think that is all at this point. Obviously, the flowers arrived today. It looks like our new grower has done a great job.
Good.
They seem to be in full bloom. We'll start watering them this weekend. We've got new banners going up on the poles here by Friday, so they're ready for the holiday weekend. And we're off and running.
How's the bathrooms coming downtown?
They're coming along. I think today, I haven't driven down, but I think they were going to start the foundation. I guess I haven't seen today or heard yet whether or
Still
not
end
that's
of
started.
June timeframe,
Yes.
approximately?
Yes, yes.
All right. Thank you, Mayor. At this time, then, we'll take comments and questions from our audience. If anyone has anything, please step up to the podium and state your name for our minutes and what ward you live in, and you're welcome to address council. Good evening.
I'd like to, thank the mayor and the council members for their time.
Certainly.
I just wanted to talk a little bit about fluoride. Who are you? Oh, I'm sorry. My name's Paul Kirschman, and my wife and I own the Water Tree out near Walmart, across from Walmart,
Okay, great.
and that's Becca. What's that? Oh, I think we're in Ward 1, I think.
Yeah,
That
I believe so.
Yeah. But anyway, does anybody in their council members, mayor, do you have is there a law, I'm not unaware of any city any state or federal law that you have to have fluoride in your water?
I don't believe so.
I didn't think so either. I was talking to a recent council member of another nearby town, and he was saying that the cities of Worcester and Mansfield do not have fluoride in their water. And I know the old adage is that it helps with tooth decay. But if it's the panacea of preventing tooth decay, then why are we the only developed country that puts fluoride in that fluoridates our water for our citizens? The thing about fluoride is it's so corrosive that it has to be stored in special containers in its raw form. It has to be stored in special containers, and also it will eat a hole through concrete. So, but yet they allow that to go into our bodies. They can dissolve metal and even human flesh in its raw form. I already covered that. Do you have anything you want to add?
The reason that other countries that don't do this is because they fully realize that adding a known poison, which it is, to your population's water supplies is probably not a good idea. And that's why they don't do it, and he's gonna go through
Yeah.
some of the effects of fluoride.
All right, one of the things is brought forth by, you've probably all heard of Dr. Mercola. He's a health proponent and brilliant guy. One of the things he said, according to the World Health Organization, there is no discernible difference between tooth decay between developed countries with fluoridated water and those that are unfluoridated. Now, you'll see that, you'll hear the thing, well, the third world nations, they have, horrible oral hygiene. But when you think about it, those third world countries, they are so poor and impoverished that they may not even own a toothbrush. So that is one reason. It's not because they don't have fluoride in their water. And I just, it causes so many different side effects. And I've got a lot of notes here. If anybody would like a copy of them, I can provide them. There's been 34 human studies and 100 animal studies linking fluoride to brain damage, including a lower IQ in children. They did a study in Tucson, Arizona, I believe it was, 26,000 students. Actually, in heavily fluoridated water, they had more tooth decay than students that weren't in that study. I mean, not in that study, but that weren't in the heavily fluoridated water. And it's not even, what?
Oh, I was just gonna say.
Yeah, the increased fluoridation, it can cause thyroid disease, arthritis, dementia, and bone fractures, which, as you get older, they say as you get older, most people do have brittle bones. And it could be possibly because of the fluoridation in the water. And that's the main reason I'm bringing this, is because I know that Ashland does have fluoride in their water. And I'm hopefully that there'll be some kind of resolution or discussion about maybe removing it. I know it'd have to be put to a vote. And fluoride is not naturally occurring. There is a natural type fluoride in the earth, but that is naturally occurring and it's not harmful. The fluoride that we're talking about is unnatural, and it's actually from the phosphorus fertilizer production. It's a byproduct or a waste product of that. And we here in America don't even manufacture fluoride anymore. We import it from China. Anything else you want to talk about? And then there's another note here that 40% of American teenagers show visible signs of fluoride overexposure. And it can cause long-term ingestion problems, and it's as high as fluorosis, which is a reaction, a severe reaction to fluoridation, is found in 70 to 80%, with some children suffering in advanced stages of that.
It can cause problems in the rest of your body, the bones and the internal organs and the brain.
And it has been scientifically proven to lower brain function or IQ for children as they're developing, because that's the worst time for them to have it, is when their minds are developing. They don't need something that is going to inhibit that. Anything else? Anybody have any questions? I don't want to take up too much time.
Obviously, we're not prepared to respond, but we appreciate your information.
Yes, I can provide copies of this to Councilman Miller, and he can share them with you if anybody would like copies of it.
Yeah.
I don't have the copies with me right now, but I can get them to him.
Sure, that'd be fine.
Or what would the next steps be?
Yeah.
I think at this point, and we have had, in the time that I have been mayor, I believe, which is now almost 7 years, we did have another gentleman that contacted us about the fluoride and his concern with it being in our water. And at that time, I did delve into how much we were using and so on. I will admit that I don't remember enough to be able to respond intelligently about it. But obviously, you cited the reason why it was added so
Right.
many years ago, I believe, what, in the 1960s or 70s?
Yes.
Yes, and it was for the very reasons you mentioned.
And the thing about it is it's only comes in contact with your teeth for a few seconds and then you're swallowing it. So the damage that it's doing and your other internal organs such as your thyroid and stomach problems, things like that, and the brain function is not worth a few seconds of contact with fluoride in your mouth.
So I think probably the next step would be if you want to come in and maybe you and I can sit down with the director of our water treatment plant
Okay,
and talk about the amounts that are in our water and when we started, and we can just go from there.
okay.
He's
sounds
pretty
good.
knowledgeable about all of it.
I'm
so-
sure he is.
Yes, so we can maybe better respond when he's present.
Once again, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And so just contact you?
Yes, and you, if you're here after the meeting here, we can
Okay.
exchange numbers.
All right, thank you.
Very good. Is there anyone else that would like to address council this evening? All right, seeing none, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Aye.
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 All right, we are adjourned. Thank you all for coming.